Okay, today we are going to learn how to write equations. Previously, we reviewed how to write expressions. Now we're taking it a step further and writing equations. The difference between an equation and an expression is simply the fact that an equation has an equal sign and an expression does not. Let's get started. Example 1. Brienne had some markers. After she bought 10 more markers, she has 33. How many markers did Brienne have at the start? Let n represent the number of markers Brienne had at the start. So, this is a problem that you can obviously do in your head, but that is not the answer to this question. Our task is to write an equation. So, the first step that we always do when writing equations to represent real situations is to first, what is the problem asking? The problem is asking how many markers did Brienne have at the start? So we don't know that. Whatever we don't know, we represent it with a variable. So the variable is going to be n. This problem already told us what n should be, and it's the number of markers that she had at the start. I'm going to rewrite. I'm pulling the information out of the problem. N equals number of markers at the start. We want to get into the habit of always defining our variable. Okay, now we're going to just translate the problem into an equation. We've translated verbal expressions into numerical expressions, and that's something, what we're doing right now is sort of similar. So let's just start. Brienne had some markers. Do we know how many? No. What we don't know, we represent with the variable. So n. And that's actually what the problem is asking us. Let n represent the number of markers Brienne had at the start. So n. After she bought 10 more. Bought 10 more means simply to add 10 more. Remember, we've done that too. What words mean to add, subtract, multiply, and divide? That's important for writing expressions. So, after she bought 10 more, she has 33. So, had, has, or is, those words mean equal. So now she has 33. This is our equation. This was a simple one, and you know how to solve this in your head. You could probably solve this easily, but that is not the point of this problem. The point is to write an equation. All right? So now we're going to solve it. The problem doesn't say to solve, but your guided notes is asking you to solve. So let's now solve this problem. This is an addition equation, so we are going to do the inverse operation. The inverse of addition is subtraction. So we're going to subtract 10 from both sides of the equation to keep it balanced. We bring n down, and remember, we are always adding integers. 10 plus a negative 10 is simply 0. We do not write 0. And then we add these integers, which is just simply subtracting. So n is 23. Make sure we write the sentence or complete, whenever we have a word problem, we always want to accompany our solution with a complete sentence. Brienne had 23 markers at the start. I want to point out what we do not want to do. When we are writing equations that represent situations, we are not writing the math that we use to solve it. That's not an equation, that's just our math. Here is an example of what some of you may write as one of your possible answers. So Brienne had some markers, and I rephrased the problem in my own words. Brienne had some markers, she bought 10 and now has 33. So some of you might say, okay, I know how to write this equation. I'm going to write 33 minus 10 equals n. And when you solve it, 23 equals n. Technically, this is an equation. It is an equation because it has an equal sign, but this does not represent the situation. This is simply the math that you do to solve the problem. If you were to write this equation as your answer, it would be incorrect because it does not correctly describe the situation. Okay, let's do another one. Example 2. Daniel is 11 years younger than other Daniel. Let's put a period. Daniel is 40. Write and solve a subtraction equation to find other Daniel's age, y. Okay, let me be clear. These are two Daniels, and only the two Daniels will know that I wrote this problem specifically for them. Please do not be confused. These are based on students in my class. Core 3, you know what it is. Everybody else, I apologize, but I do like this problem, so I'm keeping it. Daniel is 11 years younger than other Daniel. I do not know how old other Daniel is, so the problem is telling me that other Daniel's age is y. Even though it's there, I'm still going to pull it out and define my variable. This is other Daniel's age. So this is the first step we do every single time. We always want to define our variable. We need to know what the variable is and what it represents. So that is done. We take what we know and start writing the equation. So they gave us a hint here. They're telling us a subtraction equation, which helps. So I know that I'm not writing addition because addition would be the math that I do to get the answer. That is not writing an equation to represent the situation. What I am going to do is just start. Daniel, start with what you know. And I may have some blanks here. I know that I'm subtracting, so I'm putting a subtraction sign there. I'm putting a blank, equal, and a blank. Okay? And I'm going to start filling it in with what I know. Daniel is 11 years younger. Younger than other Daniel. All right? So where do I put 11? Where do I put y? And look, I know, you know what I know? I know Daniel is. Is means equal, so I can fill that in. So you see how this is like a puzzle? I have to figure out, okay, what am I subtracting? Because maybe you don't understand how to write an equation. We got to figure out and take what we know and fill it into our equation. So 40 is there, is means equal, okay? So now, okay, I'm subtracting to find other Daniel's age. I know, because I can solve this in my head, I know that I'm going to add 11 plus 40 to get other Daniel's age. But that's the math. I need to write the inverse equation. So y, which is other Daniel, minus 11, because younger means that we're taking away. Younger means subtraction. I'm taking away 11 years. This is our equation, and we're done. Are we done? Technically we are, but on our guided notes, we have to solve. So let's solve this. We know how to solve subtraction equations. We have to do the inverse. So I am going to add 11 to both sides. How do I know what number to add or subtract to both sides of the equation? Well, the goal is to isolate your variable to get y, x, z, d, elemental p alone. How do we do that? By doing the inverse. So y comes down, 11, negative 11 plus positive 11 is simply 0. 40 plus a positive 11 is 51. So y equals 51. Let's write that sentence. Other Daniel's age is 50. What did I write? Oh, there? Wow. That's bad. Okay. Let's do other Daniel. Let's write his name correctly. That's not his real name. Other Daniel is Daniel Q. But I like saying other Daniel. Sorry, Daniel. Other Daniel's age is 51 years old. All right, example 3. Sebastian had some baseball cards. After he bought 19 more, he had 45. I guess I don't like periods. I don't know. How many cards did Sebastian have at the start? Write an equation that can be used to solve this problem. This seems kind of familiar. It reminds me of example number 1. So I'm thinking you should be able to try this one on your own. Am I going to help you? I'm just going to set you up by putting a blank, plus sign, blank equals blank. That's how I'm going to help you. This is an addition equation. You are not writing your math to solve this. You already know the answer to this, but that's not the point. The point is to write an equation. Okay? The more of these we do, the better we get. So try your best. Do not leave this example blank. Now, this will be the end of the examples. This is my last example. Once you solve example 3, you can continue on and finish the guided notes. We have 10 problems, and all 10 problems need to be completed by the end of the period. You will not have extra time to finish this. If you have any questions, please circle the problem that you do not understand. But you most certainly have to try every one, and you should be able to define the variable on each one. Okay? That's the end of this video. Go ahead and finish example 3. When you are done with the guided notes, there is an alternate assignment at the bottom of the guided notes. All right? And that is the end of this lesson.